Hello and welcome to today's free trading video and market analysis. I'm your host, Kenny, Senior Research Analyst with the MiniAnalyst.com. First thing we're looking at here is a chart of the E-mini S&P 500 futures contract, front month in nature, 1199.50 is the last print. Coming right up to the trend, the market gapped lower, had a nice opening gap lower off of the complete inability to surmount 1215 and 1225 yesterday, being Thursday. We're right at 1200, a very round and horizontally, at least arguably psychologically significant level of resistance in the 1200 mark. We are at the trend, so obviously this is a good selling opportunity. We did have the gap. We did close the gap, essentially converging with the trend. A great selling opportunity was it there at 1205. Trailed down to about 1193, 1192 mid-session where we are, and we've got a little snapback, and we're now at 1200. So where are our indicators? We're looking at our proprietary indicators here, suggesting bearishness. We are bearish here, diverging a little bit there, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. That could always slide over. As you can see here, divergence and then slide over. You get these large moves lower, but we are fully bearish here as well. This is very impressive in terms of bearishness. So one would argue that the market, this is a great selling point from an intraday perspective at 1200. Should we break above 1205, then the picture of the scenario might look a little different. But if you go back and look, this is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Very volatile Tuesday we had, and Monday a nice slide lower. We did have this bullishness on Monday, but it was overwhelming and accelerating bearishness here in this primary indicator, secondary, tertiary, and this would be the fourth. Maybe somebody can tell me what that would be. So this is the least important, but you did see the trailing off lower, come back to retest the trend as we're doing here today from the underside. The bearishness accelerating to the downside here, and you get that nice move lower. We did have a little bit of a divergence. You get this volatile extreme move higher, but eventually the market does crater under the resistance of and power of the bears. We did have the following day, the divergence sets up beautifully. Had the beginning of a divergence here on Tuesday. Had a complete divergence, positive divergence, we'll call it. The market was obviously at its low, a few day low, and we saw this extreme divergence, and we actually saw a move into the green here. And what happens, we do get some choppiness, but the market is obviously trying to hold the prior day's lows. What do you get? You get a nice trailing move higher on Thursday. Did run into that aforementioned 1225 resistance in the S&Ps, but again, we're right here at after falling off at around 1200, looking for the $700 billion plan to pass, and from an economic and political standpoint. And it's been a very interesting few days. But so that's where we stand on the intraday. If we switch over and look at the daily, right there. Obviously, you guys remember who watched your video last week. We were at 1250 and mentioned that the market was drawn there like a magnet, but that we remained officially bearish from a market timing perspective. From an official market timing perspective, we remained officially bearish, and it was a great selling opportunity at 1250. Where's the market now? About 60 points lower, 55 to 60 points lower over the last week. So I hope you guys caught that move. It was impressive to say the least from a discretionary perspective of 50 to 60 points in the S&Ps, with the bulk of the move obviously coming on Tuesday. Actually, I believe that was Monday. So we had this nice ET sell signal on Monday, and low level in nature suggests that it has potential. A high level ET sell signal generally can be a nice strong buy setup if the short term trend holds. A low level ET sell signal suggests that the market is probably going to move lower. We did have the retest of the short term trend around 1208, and this is, of course, the cash market, but obviously we remain officially bearish in terms of from trend following perspectives, 100% bearish, from momentum, 100% bearish, from directional movements, creating rolling over a little bit, but still arguably fully bearish. And of course, the ATR went out astounding for that run up, and has started to roll over again, which is a very good sign for our portfolios. Generally, we don't participate or don't fare well in a strongly uptrending ATR. I believe that's the scenario, and we're starting to roll over. And obviously, or in actuality, I should say, we are down probably over the last 6 days on average of 13.67%, I believe. But we've had a couple of one would name defensive portfolios. The MAPDT has outperformed lately, as has the Delta B, which the Delta B would be the drugs and consumer cyclical consumer staples of the investment world in terms of our portfolios. But we'll look at that in a second. Right now, we do remain officially bearish on the market. We're actually below this low in the S&P. So that's pretty impressive that we are staying below that low. If we break higher, we might go higher. But for now, the market has retraced this move, and if it breaks lower, we're at least going to go 1150, if not lower. But that's okay. We'll be right there to trade it. We wanted to look at what we mentioned a second ago. Actually, wanted to show you. We got to looking at. We had the Russell switch over from the CME over to the NIBOT, or the ICE, and just wanted to show you this system right here. Just a beautiful. This system, we've had probably 5 or 6 years ongoing, unchanged in nature, just really catching those astounding moves. Buys at 690, sells at about 735, we'll call it. Nice 45-point gain there. Sells at 735, holds all the way down in the mini Russell to the 694 for another 40-point gain. $4,000. That's actually not even on the books. $4,000 there, 3,500 there. Over time, just a very impressive system. We'll go ahead and look at that if we have time. We'll pull that up right here and get you out of the way. Here we go. There's the equity curve line of our venerable R2K system 1.0. Just a beautiful, great buying opportunity here. Great buying opportunity here after a little bit of basing, a little bit of a pullback. But where are we? I know a lot of you guys like to buy the new highs and wait for the new higher, the new even higher highs. There we have a green dot. We had a green dot here, green dot here. Green dot here did go on through about another $10,000. We are actually looking at, as you saw, this is the last closed trade, $30,000 over the last year. This is 1 year in nature, goes back to actually last summer. So about 1 year. Nice $30,000. This is, of course, per contract trade in the mini Russell. So just a very impressive system. But if you look over the last 6 days of our portfolio performances, as you know, we're a portfolio firm rather than a single system firm. You have the MAPDT outperforming, up 18%. Everybody else has losses. The Swinger DT, our most aggressive, obviously has the biggest loss on average, probably about 10%, I guess. I don't know what this average is actually, but 18%. And the Delta B is up 26%, really bucking the trend of the volatile moves that we've seen of late. Black is down 6.6%. So if you guys are interested in subscribing to one of our most conservative systems, actually we can go quickly and look at the Delta B performance. This is the updated performance, and we can scroll down here. There it is. To the Delta B, a $28,000 portfolio, up 740% return over 23 months. Worst case drawdown, 48.79%. The average drawdown looks to be about, we'll call it $6,000, or maybe 25%. Actually, that'd be 25 to 30%. So, $6,000 average drawdown, $28,000 portfolio. If you guys are interested, just go to the home page, and you'll see Delta B right on the home page, right there. Click on that. The special is already $1,500 for 3 months, but if you click Add to Cart, right there, that big yellow button, and you enter in promo code video right there and apply that, you're going to save an extra $300. Actually, it's already been applied. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and we will see you next week.